Let me ask you something uncomfortable. If you didn't already own a car, if you were starting from zero, no expectations, no pressure, no social comparison, would you still choose to buy a car in 2026? Not because everyone does, not because it feels like adulthood, not because your friends upgraded, but based purely on logic. Would you voluntarily lock $25,000, $40,000, maybe even $60,000 into something that loses value every single year? Would you sign up for monthly payments, insurance, fuel, taxes, maintenance, repairs, depreciation, and call that progress? Because that's what buying a car really means today. And here's the uncomfortable truth. Most people never actually evaluate this decision. They inherit it, they copy it, they assume it. But assumptions are expensive. Today, we're breaking that assumption. Is buying a car still worth it? Or are we following a rule that made sense 30 years ago, but doesn't anymore? Let's understand history first. Owning a car used to mean you made it. You were stable. You were independent. You had freedom. For decades, public transportation wasn't reliable in many places. Remote work didn't exist. Ride-sharing didn't exist. Flexible mobility didn't exist. So owning a car wasn't optional. It was necessary. And when something is necessary, the math becomes secondary. But fast forward to 2026, we now live in a world of ride-sharing apps, hourly rentals, car subscriptions, remote work, hybrid work, food delivery, online services, micro-mobility. Transportation is now a service, not necessarily a possession. That changes everything. Let's break this down with real numbers. Imagine a $35,000 car. You put $5,000 down. You finance the rest. With current interest rates, you might pay $600 to $750 per month. Now add insurance, $120 to $250 per month. Fuel, $150 to $300 per month. Maintenance average, $100 to $200 per month, over time. Registration and taxes annually. Suddenly, your car costs $1,000 plus per month in total impact. That's $12,000 per year. Over 5 years, $60,000. And that's before major repairs, before inflation increases insurance, before unexpected mechanical issues. Now ask yourself, is that number aligned with your long-term financial goals, or is it a silent drain? Depreciation doesn't feel dramatic. It doesn't send you a bill. It doesn't demand a payment. But it's happening. Every day, your car is losing value. Most new cars lose 20% in the first year, around 50 to 60% within 5 years. So imagine buying a $35,000 car. 5 years later, it might be worth $15,000 or less. You didn't just spend money on maintenance. You lost $20,000 in value. That's capital erosion. Quiet, invisible, but very real. Here's what's interesting. Most car purchases are emotional, not rational. People justify them logically afterward. I need it for work. Public transport is annoying. It's safer. I deserve it. But underneath that, there's often something else. Identity, status, comparison, comfort, validation. Cars are visible wealth, and visible wealth is tempting. But visible wealth and real wealth are not the same thing. Real wealth is quiet. It grows in accounts, not in driveways. Let's go deeper. If you invest $1,000 per month instead of spending it on a car, with moderate returns over 10 years, you're looking at potentially 6 figures. Now imagine, instead of building investments in your 20s or 30s, you delay investing by 5 to 10 years because of high fixed expenses. That delay compounds negatively. You don't just lose money, you lose time. And time is the most powerful multiplier in finance. A car doesn't compound. Investments do. There's a logical order to wealth building. Build emergency fund, eliminate high-interest debt, start investing consistently, increase income, upgrades lifestyle. Most people do upgrade lifestyle, Add monthly payments, feel pressure, delay investing. The car often becomes the first large lifestyle commitment before stability is built. That's where problems begin. Let's be fair. Cars are convenient, no doubt, but convenience has a price. The question is, are you overpaying for convenience? If you use your car 1 hour per day, it sits unused 23 hours per day. You are paying thousands per year for storage plus occasional use. Would you pay $1,000 per month for a gym you use twice a week? Probably not. But we do that with cars. Let's be rational. Buying a car makes sense if you live in an area with no mobility alternatives. It directly increases your income. You already invest consistently. You already have savings. It does not slow your wealth accumulation. If the car doesn't hurt your financial momentum, it's fine. The problem isn't ownership, it's premature ownership. The real question is this decision aligned with my long-term financial strategy? Most people ask, can I make the monthly payment? Wealth builders ask, does this delay my freedom? That's a completely different mindset. Monthly payment thinking keeps you trapped. Net worth thinking sets you free. Every fixed expense reduces flexibility. Flexibility is power. If you want to change jobs, start a business, move cities, take a risk, invest aggressively, high fixed expenses make those decisions harder. A financed car is a fixed expense, and fixed expenses quietly limit options. Let's project 10 years forward. Scenario A. You buy the car now. You spend $60,000 to $80,000 total over a decade. You build minimal investments. Scenario B. You delay the car. You invest aggressively. You build 6 figures. Then you buy the car in cash. Which version has more freedom? One is emotional satisfaction today. The other is strategic dominance tomorrow. Here's something uncomfortable. Sometimes people upgrade cars when their bank account doesn't justify it because they want to look successful before they are. But looking rich and being rich are opposite paths. Looking rich costs money. Being rich accumulates money. You cannot maximize both at the same time. So, is buying a car still worth it in 2026? For some people, yes. For many people, not yet. Maybe the smarter move isn't what car should I buy, but how much wealth do I want to build before I upgrade my lifestyle? Because lifestyle upgrades feel good instantly. Wealth feels boring at first. But wealth buys freedom, and freedom is the ultimate upgrade. So I want to hear from you. If you didn't own a car today, would you buy one, or would you invest first? Comment below. And if you want to build wealth intelligently, strategically, and without emotional traps, subscribe. We talk about money the simple way. New videos every day. I'll see you in the next one.